Good morning.
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
We Were Born is in the motherfucking room.
I am Jay
I'm Berlin.
And we are We Were Born.
Today is another fabulous episode of Unhinged, where we give it to you unfiltered, unbiased, and sometimes unhinged.
Unhinged, girl. Okay. Yeah. And it is, of course, season 1 of In the Mix with Twixt, episode number 3, and it's called Handy and Olive Branch. And it should be called Hand a Bitch Some Wine and Stop All That Damn Line. Okay? Now let's get into some things.
The episode opens up with Theo and Oliver having a conversation about all the issues on the trip.
Already, honestly, it's not a good look. Like, it's not good. Remember I told you yesterday that people are going to rely on you ultimately because we don't know who the fuck Mario is. We don't know this. We don't know.
How you feel about it?
I feel like we've already seen this moment several times. And so with that being said, let's move along. This next scene is Nicole checking into her fabulous room, and she's dancing and she's prancing and she's having a good old merry fabulous time. Now, what I will say is Nicole actually did have the biggest room out of everybody on the cast.
Yeah, this is true.
This is very true, and it was a nice ass room.
It was nice.
I don't know if it was the nicest room. If you're a size queen, then you probably would have definitely enjoyed that room.
Yeah, because it was big.
Because it was big.
Large, check. Living area, check. Sleeping area, check. Soaker tub, check. Fabulous, check. Check, 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 check. Honey, it checks all my boxes.
But I feel like our rooms
were better.
They were smaller, but they had private pools.
They had private pools. We had our own pool.
Hers was up on the balcony overlooking
the beach. And then
she had a beach view.
She had a beach view and a pool view.
And I just feel like, personally, I enjoyed being able to get up in the morning, skinny dip, take a shower, do my big one. And a side note, they didn't put this in there either, is when we actually checked in, we actually only paid for a simple basic room. But because we're fabulous girls and they knew it, they upgraded us.
Once they saw us.
They upgraded us to a private, to a room with the private pools. So.
And we actually had the same type of room that Oliver had.
It was the same exact room as Oliver.
It was the same type of room as Oliver, which is probably why
they probably cut it out.
They probably cut it out. So, in this next scene, Darius comes over to Oliver's room to have a chat. And they speak about, the resort and how nice it is. They also speak about Theo. And they also speak about, Oliver's mother and Oliver's mother finally arriving. And then they have this out of the blue conversation about what I'm eating in my digestive system. For me, it's kind of like, okay, why is that a thing? Why?
The hot dogs and the hamburgers made her feel bad. When I looked at that plate, I said, I swear to God, Oliver, when I looked at that plate, I said, oh.
I think her stomach is saying, uh-oh.
Is that the only thing that she was talking about?
No, they should be talking about why the hell Mama Twixt and Oliver are not speaking, because they made it a big thing. They made it a huge storyline, right? And what it's like, if you want to make it a huge storyline or a huge deal, then don't just give me the cover of the book. The cover of the book is, I ain't talking to my mama. But when you open that bitch, you don't get the who, what, when, where, why. Hey, it's just a blank,
that's a good point. But they love talking about us.
They love it.
It seems it's coming off a little obsessed. You get down to talking about the girl's digestive system.
Like the digestive system?
You get into the inner cores of the bitches, baby. It's like, damn.
Okay, girl, the digestive system.
Like, where is the cool? But I can't.
And I want to point out that there's no scenes of us discussing anybody on the show.
And especially not the digestive system.
Maybe we got better shit to do.
Yeah. Better shit to be doing.
Maybe we fabulously fucking over them.
Okay, maybe we shitting on these hoes.
So in this scene, we are at the black and yellow party. Oliver is doing his 1s and 2s. This was actually just initially just for the host and the supporters to meet each other. And it's literally his 50th birthday party for his 15th birthday, okay? So it's just another party, child. But there's this like big major climax moment where dramatic music where Mama Twixt walks in and Oliver is staring at her and they're like, oh my God, it's gonna be an argument and you just get all riled up and nothing happens. We don't get no conversation as far as why they haven't been speaking. We just get all hugged out and swept under the rug. It's very true to Black culture, I would say.
It's very true to Black culture, but
it's very
we ain't gonna talk about it.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Because I'm trying to see what his initial reaction is when he first sees it.
Now, I know y'all came here for me, but I'm pretty sure the real reason why y'all came, the real person y'all came to see, y'all give it up for Mama Twixt who just came to
There's something to be said in this moment where there's an issue and we get to sweep it on the rug. And I just want to say that would never fly on Bravo. That would never fly on Netflix. That would never fly on WeTV. You got to come out with the come out, baby. And you definitely staying in.
You make a point.
I just feel like she's staying in. What is the tea?
What's the tea? I'm really excited to get the tea. So the next scene is where we meet Mama Twixt. Obviously, she's Oliver's mom. She's been in law enforcement for 25 years. And she just has a very motherly energy. If I had 3 words to describe Mama Twixt, it would probably be nurturing, lovable, and fun. I absolutely love Mama Twixt.
We absolutely love Mama Twixt. If I could add anything, I would say that she literally is the nucleus and the epicenter of this group.
I agree.
And it's odd to me that she hasn't been present in the first 3 episodes. It's very strange. Maybe it has something to do with why they're not talking to each other. I don't know. We can just speculate at this point. But I will say, we went on record by saying that she was
she was definitely
our favorite cast member
on the show.
And it was edited to say that, I said Oliver and Darius. And I just want to say BFFR.
Side note, she looked really, really lovely in her confessionals, her green screens. I enjoy her look. Her makeup and stuff is really, really nice.
She always looks very, very lovely.
Yes, she does.
In this moment, Nicole and Darius meet up in the room and they're talking and I don't really remember much of it. All I think I remember was Nicole saying something about trying to get shrimp into the country and obviously they just said don't bring no food into the country and
I guess there was information we needed to know.
Yeah, I guess that scene was very
don't fly to Mexico with shrimp.
Don't fly to Mexico with shrimp. And I guess it's a very informative moment.
Yeah.
Yay. Ding. Okay, so then we cut to what I would like to call walk past Jaton Gates, okay? Where it appears that allegedly, possibly, that Nicole walked past us without speaking.
How y'all doing? God bless y'all, Psalm 27. Excuse me.
So here's the thing. In that very scene, you never hear neither one of us say,
oh my God, she just walked right past me.
None of us said it but Oliver. Oh my God, she just walked right past him. And I'm like, girl.
She walked in and walked right past Jaton. Baby, I gagged.
There wasn't any reaction because in that moment she didn't matter. Honestly, she didn't matter because I was hungry, okay? I don't care who walks past me. She definitely did speak to us initially.
She did.
She gave us a hug. When we got into the dining hall, she gave a general hello, which is why I was smiling because I gave her a general hello. We gave each other a very hi. Yeah. So it doesn't make sense why Oliver is saying in the green screens that she didn't speak when we clearly spoke to each other in that scene. This is what you call false narration.
Yeah, but I do feel, if I'm being honest, her energy was a little weird to me. It just was. It was. I don't know what it was giving. It was just a little weird. I feel like when it came towards us, yes, we did speak to her beforehand, but I do feel like it still was like weird. And I guess I get it. I'm not gonna say I don't get it, but it was a little weird to me.
It wasn't weird to me. Baby, it was hilarious. That's why I kept smiling. Baby, she was in a different world. She was filming a different show. We filming in the mix of Twixt, and she filming goddamn Real Housewives of Dubai, baby. She is in her own planet, baby. And it was a key to see.
Soul's family here, as well as Darius. She's doing her over-the-top thing, child. Like paparazzi is just taking pictures. I'm like, bitch, ain't nobody looking at you. Get your ass in here. Hi. I'm just like, girl, it's always something with Nicole.
To be clear, I'm not pressed. We from New York.
Yes.
We don't say hello to the neighbors. We don't say hello to the dogs, the cats, the children. We don't do the good morning.
This is true.
We walk past 1 billion people all the time.
And
a hello doesn't mean shit to me. You are not Beyonce, Oprah. Hell, you ain't even Natalie Nunn. I'm not pressed from a hello from nobody. Sorry, Nicole.
Yeah.
Sorry, Oliver. Sorry, Darius. Sorry. The scene is kind of like, man.
Yeah, I guess you can see.
It's like she walked past me. Are we like 12?
Yeah.
Are we like, I'm an adult.
You feel like it was a bit of a reach, just reaching for something.
It was like,
just like,
it's not really, it's just like, what is this?
okay.
I feel like they were trying to give us an infamous housewife moment where you catch somebody lying.
Okay. I see
But
what you mean.
in order for you to catch them lying, you would need the footage of them saying,
Oh my God, she just walked right past me.
and then show
Her speaking.
her speaking.
Mm-hmm.
But we never said that. Oliver said it.
Mm-hmm.
So Oliver is the clear, blatant person who's instigating.
You feel like he's creating a narrative. That's what
He's creating a narrative, which is why he's the narrator.
of so much that he's not even a part of.
Of so much that he has nothing to do with.
Okay, I feel you.
Literally has nothing to do with us not talking, but he's talking about it instead of letting Nicole and I have that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I get it's your show, but this was our moment.
Yeah,
We should be narrating our moment.
that's fair. So the next scene is Auntie Shantae and Mama Twixt are having a conversation. In this conversation, Mama Twixt is beginning to explain some of the issues that basically she's having with Oliver and the problems that they're having or the things that they're going on. But
It just got cut. Like it just goes cut to, but we're doing better now. And it's like, damn, I thought we was gonna get the tea. And it just,
I'm ready for the tea.
I'm ready for the tea. And it just wasn't, it just disappeared. It's kind of underwhelming.
It really, really is. She also, in this scene, speaks about like therapy, how good it's been for her, and the realizations that she's come to from having therapy. She also speaks about losing her sister, who was also her best friend. And in this moment, I really, really feel for her because I've never experienced that. I've never experienced someone being close to me, let alone a sibling passing. So I don't know how that feels, but that has to be tough. And the fact that she shared that, it was like, oh, wow.
I will say that in this moment, I have so much empathy and compassion for her because I have lost a sibling. I have lost a brother, and it is very traumatic. You never get over it. It does slightly get better, but it's a day-by-day thing. For me, it was very touching and endearing.
And then, with Melissa all of a sudden passing. And when I tell you, it's hard. Man, woo.
I love moments like this where you get to see the person. Not you get to view them as a character, but you really get to see who they are in their core.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see who their morals, their values, the things that they've been through, the things that they're going through.
The things that they care about.
The things they care about.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is what we came to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
This is the stuff that I love to watch. I love to see stories and get to know about people. And seeing the picture of all three of the sisters together,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing Auntie Shantae and Mama Twixt together and just cackling and joking at the table, and seeing that, they're trying to commemorate the memory of their sister.
And just keep it together as a family.
And keeping it together, traveling together as sisters. This is a good scene. This is probably the best scene thus far. It's probably like in my top 3 favorite scenes this far. In the 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Kudos to Mama Twixt and Auntie Shantae for really, really diving deep and giving us a little piece of themselves. I feel like this is what people, type of things that people should be talking about. You know, it doesn't always have to be serious, but at least give us a piece of you.
You're just showing who you are and showing yourself like in its true form and and not so facade. Like
the characters and the made up person, the fictional personalities,
the delusions.
Who are you?
Yeah,
who are you?
It's
okay. It's okay.
For real. Yeah.
It's scary to do, but it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
So yeah, shout out to Mama Twixt and Auntie Shante. So we get to the next scene where Oliver and Darius rallies the troop into Oliver's room to have a Theo intervention chat. Okay?
Yeah, it's definitely a Theo intervention, I guess.
Right. So with that being said, we are the first to arrive. We sit down, and then Oliver gets right into it. Just right into the mess. Nicole, walk past you, child. Nicole, walk past you. To which you can clearly hear me stating that it's, probably wasn't that negative. It probably wasn't that big of a deal because genuinely, I'm on vacation, bitch. I don't care.
You definitely.
But back to Nicole. I think that, sometimes, maybe the energy wasn't negative. Maybe it wasn't.
You definitely said that you don't feel like it was probably a negative thing. I said I feel like it was a weird energy, and I feel like, but I did feel like it was more associated with you because I'm associated with you. It was probably like
Right.
Yeah.
And I agreed because I genuinely feel like if there was hypothetically any weird energy, it would be towards me because we have a past. Nicole and I have a past. So it would make sense. Then in that moment when you started to say something, you said my name in a French accent.
Yeah.
And Darius said, say that again. And then Oliver starts busting out laughing.
He is towards Jatwan and it is me.
Yeah.
And she knows that I'm associated.
How you pronounce his name?
Jatwan. But you really know how to really pronounce it.
I've heard it.
It's true. And it's like, girl, what is so funny about a black name? And then they cut to me explaining my name and I lost train of thought because I thought it was kind of ridiculous that I was explaining my name.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, I was sitting there like thinking like, girl, why am I explaining my name to y'all? Like,
why is we talking about
why is we talking about this? This is not a thing. It's not like a, and then they added like weird circus music to the back of it. And yeah. So, it's like a, the J is kind of said like a Z. J. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
People's names and people's culture is not humorous to me, and it shouldn't be humorous to anybody.
And I agree.
Every culture has, people with different names. I used to work with somebody named Agapito. He was a Hispanic guy, and they used to always be like, can we call you A? Because that's a hard name to say. He'd be like, nah, bro, call me Agapito, that's my name.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to love that because people always do the same thing with me. They'd be like, what's your name? I say J Twan. Like, can I call you J? Or can I call you T? Or can I call you JT? Or can I call you Jet? And it's like, nah, my name is J Twan.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can call me J Twan if that's easier to say. But my name is my name. It's a beautiful name.
Your name is beautiful.
It's a beautiful name.
It shows where you're from. It represents your culture. And it's not something you should be like trying to like water down for American culture.
What's our dancer's name?
Faraja.
Faraja.
She's an African queen. She's actually from
African goddess.
Yes.
And she dances her ass off. And I love that she tells people her name is Faraja and she just is that girl, right? So I will say that my mom, when she had me, she felt that I was going to be a special, unique individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't want to give me a name that was basic or common, like Eddie or Darius.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to give me a name that would speak to the masses and that once it was said, you would know exactly who that person is. And I thank my mom for that.
Yeah, I don't think this. I love your name, by the way. And
I love it too.
I butcher it sometimes.
You butcher it
because I'm country as hell and I'm from Mississippi. Let's be clear. And I be being lazy. It's no shade, but that's not right. It's not fair either. Because I can honestly say, me just growing up around a bunch of black people and my name was Berlin. I used to get teased for my name all the time. Just me being me, on top of me being me or who I am.
Right.
And my name being Berlin. I used to get teased for it all the time. I was like, that's weird. What is this?
That whole scene just felt like a whole Mean Girl high school, very childish, very like adolescent-y. It felt very like middle school. Like
it felt elementary.
It felt very elementary. It's like, are we making fun of people's names now? Again, my name is beautiful. And you know, when Beyonce said unique, that's what you are, alien superstar, she was talking about the J-Twans
and the Berlins of the world.
Okay, let's be clear. She was talking about the girls that walk in the room and you talk about what they eat for dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
You talk about what they're wearing.
Yeah.
You just keep talking about them. Right?
Yeah.
And we're just being ourselves.
Yeah.
And we can't help that we're just authentically unique and beautiful and different. And
interesting.
You know, Beyonce also said, you're that bitch when you cause all this conversation because the girls just keep on yapping, flapping, and talking about We Were Born and Theo. Back to the matter at hand. Basically, you could clearly hear me just saying that it's not that big of a deal. And honestly, they cut this out, but I definitely did say that I felt like Oliver and Darius was instigating. It felt like they were bored. They had little to nothing going on. They were massaging each other. And talking about what we eating.
Yeah.
They were just bored and just felt like stirring the pot.
Stirring the pot.
You know?
Yeah. It's Oliver's show. It's your show. So when we in a group together, we should be talking about what you got going on.
Yeah, like what did you eat? You know.
Okay, bitch, how your stomach feeling?
How your stomach feeling?
Okay.
What's going on with you?
What's going on with you?
Like,
why you ain't talking to your mom?
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. That's what she be going on. But you know, he's interested in instigating, talking about what you and Nicole got going on. So it's just like...
Yeah, so we're sitting down and basically there's this whole conversation between us and Darius where Darius is basically saying that you should just always find something nice to say to somebody. Even when
you don't mean it.
You don't mean it.
Just say it.
Just be saying nice shit.
Just say it because it's just the thing to do, you know?
And I will say, this is a very Southern thing. A lot of Southern people think like this. A lot of Southern people would rather come to you and be like, you know what? You're just so gorgeous. And not actually mean it.
Just because it's the nice thing to do.
Nice thing to do. Like, oh my God, your shoes look really nice. And behind your back, you're like, that bitch.
But we is New York bred people.
Yeah,
we're from the South, but we grew up in New York.
Yeah, so I don't agree that I should have to find something nice to say to you
for the sake of
saying
nice.
it. That's hella fake.
Yeah, it's like
at least with me, you're always gonna know what my energy is. You're gonna know that if I fuck with you, I fuck with you because I said, hey, how are you? I really like your shoes because I really do like your shoes.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be just being fake nice. And I feel like sometimes
that's what I would like.
The best acknowledgement is no knowledge.
Yeah, I don't feel that way.
My mom always say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say,
don't say it at all. Sometimes
or you could find something nice to say.
But then that'll be,
but that be kind of being fake.
Everything that's smiling and grinning ain't always what it seems, baby. I'm just gonna say that, and we gonna move along. What's the next?
So the next.
What's the next?
The next is, you know, Nicole comes in the room and actually pays you dust, and while you answer the door,
right,
and that gets her ready to fulfill.
She definitely got ready to fulfill.
And it happened so fast, and you weren't speaking slow at all.
It's always good to talk to J-Twan. He talks a little slow. So you really gotta be patient so that you can really grasp what it is that he's saying.
But I definitely wasn't speaking slow then, was I?
You definitely wasn't speaking slow at all, baby. You gave her like 50 reads in like 10 seconds.
I'm definitely known to give a verbal lashing, baby. It's definitely shady. She just walked right past me. And it's hard to miss her. She's sweating, pores all open, bleeding out negativity, spewing out hatred, hopping and flopping in her ill-fitted fashions. So yeah, I seen you this time, Miss Mamas. You came in, you were being rude and unruly and uncute. And you know, I'm gonna try to breathe and get through this night and remain positive. But it's really hard when people try you. In this moment, I actually feel vindicated because she walked past me and didn't speak. But as you can see, I'm smiling because I actually don't give two shits, right? It's actually kind of comical because it's hilarious. For someone to keep walking past you and just seem so unbothered, it's just so funny to me because if you were truly unbothered, you would be able to speak. Hello, how are you? And that's how you get up under a bitch's skin. When you speak to them and they think that you're not going to. But the girls, I guess, aren't clever enough to really know how to throw an adequate amount of shade. In this upcoming scene, there's a whole debacle about this dream wine. Going forward in the upcoming episodes, I feel that this will be one of the biggest storylines. So I will just refer to this moment as Winegate, okay? So with that being said, Oliver decides he wants to narrate this moment. Gary took the bottle out, Nicole threw shade at it and said something to the effect of that he should slap the sticker on it. However, that's not the truth that I recall.
Child, Nicole in this motherfucking wine. Okay, here's the story.
Q was also the other person originally who was supposed to come a part of this trip and host with me, the Power of Three, but they are not here. And Nicole already off rip is shading the wine brought by Darius, right? And I'm just like, listen, I don't know shit by shit about no stickers and it's not being his, and he done took it and put some label on it and sell it to the people. They ain't got shit to do with me. That's that man's business. Leave it alone, because I don't want nobody fucking with me and mine, alright?
What actually happened was Oliver prompts Darius to take out the wine bottle. Darius says something shady, which prompts Nicole to then she slaughters
this wine.
But
this is the thing for me.
Right.
Like, this is the thing for me. The energy behind when it was brought up on the scene, Oliver just had this energy of like, oh, I don't really want to use this, or I'm not going to put this in there, or it should be...
To which I might add, I didn't hear that. There's a bunch of conflicting stories. There's people saying they heard that line. I didn't necessarily hear that line, but it doesn't matter yet because it hasn't came up, but we'll get back to that later.
So, but for me, it's more so like, okay, if you respected Q in this wine so much, why would you get in your green screens after editing out what Nicole actually said about the wine and kind of allude to what she actually said about the wine? It's still his brand, it's still his wine, but you act like you care about Q and his wine, but you, in really actuality, if you really gave a fuck about him, you wouldn't have
put it in at all.
Put it in at all.
The same respect and the same
energy
you give to other people on the show, i.e. your situation with your mom, and you just like edited it completely out, what the why is and what was said and how it's going and what went where now, and all of the things like Darius, instigating, and Darius being extremely drunk and extremely touchy-feely and saying things that are shady. Y'all are like completely, to protect, or I guess to paint narratives that these people are, nicer than they actually are. Why not have that same energy in this moment for your friend? Aren't y'all the Power of Three? Aren't y'all like brothers?
Well, it is a little funny because Nicole is funny, but it's not cool. We're gonna stop it right now. Stop it.
And even passive aggressive and just kind of shady.
It's passive aggressive, and I agree 1000%. I feel like, to me as a viewer, as somebody that watches reality TV, I think it's extremely boring to have somebody narrate what you actually have footage of. The footage actually exists of Nicole saying these things. There wasn't a dying camera or a hot mic moment. It's literally on camera. So I feel like it should have been shown, and maybe the name should have been bleeped out, if you wanted to stay out of it.
If you wanted to stay out of it,
you should have narrated it.
You shouldn't have narrated it, because by narrating it, you definitely put yourself in it, and you definitely made yourself look like, oh, bitch, especially if I was cute, I would feel like, bitch, that's a tight ass bitch. Because you didn't have, I would feel that way if I was him. Like, I'm just putting myself in other people's shoes. It ain't my business, but I'm recapping it and I'm talking about it. Like,
and you have an opinion.
And I have an opinion and I'm gonna say it.
Right.
It's no shit if I was cute, I would feel like that's a tight ass bitch, because it's no shit if you didn't show what she was saying in the show, or the allegations or the speculations about my wine in the show of her saying it. Why would you get in the green screens and repeat what she said and still throw my wine, me and my brand and my wine, under the bus? Because
what he's doing is protecting Darius and completely taking out what Darius said. So I think in his head, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna, say it and maybe take the brunt of it to ease the shade and ease the slaughtering. Even with that being said, it's still messy and shady as fuck on your part when you have the footage, and you could have stayed completely out of it.
Yeah. So randomly, we leave Winegate, and now we're back to Theo. And Nicole's expressing her concerns about, the itinerary not being detail-oriented, and how she's just not feeling it, or this is not what she's used to.
I know you're used to probably dealing with the regular people, but dealing with an upper echelon of clientele, We would like to know what we're getting ourselves into before we get ourselves into it.
In this moment, you can clearly tell my sister's on a different show. She really believes that she and we are like upper echelon of clientele. And I think that's hilarious because it just shows the contrast. Like you have the docu-series that is True Life, I am traveling to Mexico. And then you have whatever show Nicole's on. I can't pinpoint it. It's something very fabulous. I actually would like to be on that show.
Yeah.
And then you have In the Mix of Twitch, which is really just giving, let's talk about Theo and let's joke set We Were Born. It's like, okay,
girl.
all right,
We get it.
that's fun. That's a cute show.
I guess.
Yeah.
After this, after she makes her grievances, the family comes in. They're so welcoming. They look so cute. They come in. We give them hugs. We love on them and they love on us. And we sit down or whatnot. And then right shortly after that,
Theo arrives.
Theo arrives in these rainbow panties.
And I gagged.
I gagged because it was giving a whole different energy when we first met Theo. And I was like, oh, okay. Theo letting it out with the yams and the cake. And he sits down and
he had really nice thighs too, I would say.
yeah, he does. And really nice skin, really chocolate, velvety nice skin. And then Theo comes in and now everybody's just giving their grievances about Theo and what he's done wrong and how they're feeling.
Right. And we don't really have to discuss the grievances because they've already been stated in the first 3 episodes numerous times by numerous different people. What I will say is that in that moment, I was actually mediating what the family and friends were saying to Theo and Theo to the family and friends. And all that miraculously hit the cutting room floor and never made the episode for whatever reasons. In my personal opinion, it just seemed like they didn't want the people to see that I have grown or that I am,
Yeah, I feel like
being positive.
Yeah, because you definitely was the reason why that conversation actually ended the way it ended.
Right. See, usually when we have like conversations, when me and Berglund have conversations about like things that we don't like, we always try to like end on a positive note and say like one thing that we do enjoy. And I would say that no shade. This resort is like everything.
It is. Right, and there's a lot of key points because I want to be clear that the family and friends, all of us had valid grievances. And he had valid points about the reason why he was doing certain things. I just felt like I didn't want it to feel like a palatable one person because that's not the type of bitch I am. I'm not a follower ass bitch. I've never been. I say what I want to say. I sit on my own 2 feet. So I do really genuinely feel like with us spending so much money being there were some things that could have been a little bit more smoother. He was such a sweet person. I just didn't want him to feel attacked because I know that's not fun. Even though I can handle a bitch. I can handle a 5, 6 year. I'm a different type of person. He's new to this. So I was like, I don't want him to feel that way. But then, at the end of the episode, Oliver basically, again, narrates the end and he says, I don't know how we got here. We just miraculously ended up with a positive ending and all is well in Cancun.
Some type of way, magically, Theo was able to calm the people down.
And I want to say that the reason why this narrative is a little annoying is because you actually see me in the scene. One clip made it of me saying, you know what, let's end on a positive note. And instead of me narrating that moment and saying, you know what, I'm really proud of Theo because he handled the family so professionally. He handled my grievances so professionally. And I genuinely look up to someone that can do that because I am so temperamental. I love the fact that
he handled it
so
very, very well,
maturely and professionally.
And it was only fair if you're gonna say everything that you feel like this man did wrong, that you acknowledge all the good that he actually did as well.
Right. And instead of just like kind of skating past the fact that I was the person to do it, it's like, why are you just not giving me my flowers? Why don't you say, you know what, Jatwan, I really see the growth in you. You went from pulling out a taser on me to here in Mexico, mediating my family and friends, and I really appreciate you. What's so hard about saying that? Why can't you just give a bitch her flowers? That sounds like a thing that you just have to really you can talk about our digestive system, what we're wearing, our hair, say all these negative things about us. But when we're doing something positive, you just can't remember. Miraculously, it just happened. The positive stuff just happened. I don't remember who did it. You know?
But we got here.
We got here. Yeah, so the narratives are not narrating, and the narrating is not the narratives, baby. So it's just to give it a break. I'm not amused. I'm underwhelmed, honestly, truly. So that's that.
Well, that's fair. That's your opinion, and you have a right to feel that way.
Right. As you may know, at the end of every Unhinged episode, we make our own Unhinged beverage.
Yes.
And tonight is no different, baby.
It's no different, love. So tonight we present to you
the Blue Hater Narrator. Yes, and as always, we list the delicious ingredients right here. Please get into those, right? And when you make this drink, I want you to drink it until you feel like narrating the truth. Because the truth will set you free, and this is a truth serum, baby. Okay? They say drunk minds speak sober thoughts, and this is an alcoholic beverage, baby.
And when you drink this, I want you to drink this until you're actually able to digest what's going on in your life and not worry about what's going on in others. Like what they eat, or who they fuck, or how they're sleeping, or any of that, or what goes in or what goes out.
That's crazy. And when you drink this, I want you to drink this like you have an exotic bad bitch name. Not like you have a basic common persona name that's more basic and common than you're actually birth given name.
That's very basic and common.
Very basic and common. OMG. That is so hilarious. I feel like I've been telling the truth all night.
Yes, I feel it. I feel like I can digest my own bullshit.
Your own?
My own shit. I can digest it and I can spill it out and shit out everywhere. I really feel like it's working. It's like a stool softener, a laxative.
Well, we already do have
bad bitch names.
So cheers to that.
Hello, Bornbabes. Berlin here, reminding you to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, especially if you like our Unhinged recap videos. Remember, sharing is caring, so if you care, please share. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. WeWereBorn has officially left the room, and to all, a good night.